IPCPR 2018. We got Ben behind the camera. We're here with the man, the legend, Sean Williams. He's representing Cohiba. So what is happening here? There's all kinds of color and pizzazz happening on this table.
You know, hey, we're bringing sexy back, man. I don't know what to say.
Bringing sexy back, yeah.
No, Cohiba Spectre, you'll probably appreciate this, and Justin here as well. This is like the ultimate geek project. You know what I mean? Just to be able to like tinker with toys, tobacco, and not like have any real constraints. Like really do whatever you want to do. It's unbelievable. So this actually came about as far as the blend. Came about with my first trip to our facility in Lee State, Dominican Republic. One of the raw materials facilities that we have. Just kind of walking around, looking at the normal stuff that you do when you go to a tobacco facility for the first time. Like, what do we do different as far as processing tobacco, aging, things of that nature? And I see a bale. It's an old bale, and it's obviously old. It's just nice and nice patina, so to speak. Well-aged bale of tobacco, and it's actually in tertiaries. It's palm bark. So it was really pronounced that I could tell it's a really old bale of tobacco. So I'm looking at the numbering on the side, and I can't determine the date of it based on the sort of information they gave me as to how to look at the numbers and determine the date. So it turns out it's from 1995. So
man,
at the time, this is last year, so this is 22-year-old tobacco. Sitting in tercios, and it's below the Cubano. And you're somewhat familiar with Cohiba General Cigar. We use a lot of below the Cubano. But lo and behold, there's this one bale of below the Cubano that's 22 years old in palm bark. So I'm like, we have to do something with this. So,
absolutely.
They humored me with the idea, and the guys at the factory, Jonas Diaz and Abel and Yuri, they really got behind it and said, well, let's really make it something special. Beauty of General Cigars, nobody has the tobacco that we have. I mean, there's so much stuff that we've had over the years that used for different projects, and maybe some things didn't come to fruition, but we still have in inventory. So what we ended up with is the 1995 Below the Cubano in the filler. We also have 2002 Olancha San Agustin, also tobacco. We have some other stuff from Honduras, from a farm we don't really even grow it anymore, called La Entrada de Copeo, from 2011. We also have a couple of different Nicaraguans, Esteli 2011, Esteli 2014, both of which were aged in sherry barrels.
Oh, very nice.
So just a really, really, really interesting mix as far as the filler. Using 6 filler leaves, which we've never done before, and consequently we have a bigger platform as far as the cigar. 54 by 7 1/4, so it's a nice, good size cigar. Connecticut broadleaf binder, and the wrapper is authentic Indonesian Sumatra, exceptionally aged, and it's actually aged in the center of the polon. It never rotated out from the center, so you got maximum heat, maximum moisture, giving the wrapper a lot of strength, a lot of complexity, and it's the top priming as well. So just beautiful, beautiful stuff. All the cigars were rolled by the same pair, the same buncher, the same roller, did the entire run of cigars, and all the cigars go through an extra aging process where they're basically buried in very, very fine cedar shavings to really sort of mellow out and marry the blend that really, created an incredible smoking experience. So the cigar is terrific, second to none. A lot of care went into it, a lot of tedious work, and then the packaging they just went crazy with.
Yeah,
as you can see, this is it's actually a subfloor in the packaging, so it's 5 on 5.
Yeah, so it's a 10 counts.
10 counts, yeah.
I'm not sure if you can call that a box. That looks like a space capsule.
Yeah, well, it's a 10 count package. I don't know what you want to call it. And
10 count UFO. Each one comes in.
Giant hockey ball.
Or that. I get it. You got the red for the red dot. Okay. Yeah, it's all coming together. I'm figuring it out.
This goes here.
Taking me a minute.
Lightly magnetized. This isn't a humidor, so if someone buys a box, they shouldn't think that it's a humidor. It's not. It's really just for the packaging.
Is this a leather kind of box?
Yeah, leatherette. So this goes in here, and this goes on top. So
that is quite the presentation.
When you're done, you have a hat box. So yeah. So just different presentation, and as I'm sure you're aware, there's only 300 boxes of these available, all of which at this point are pretty much accounted for.
Yeah.
And very limited project. The 1995 Below the Cubano, once these are done, they're done.
Yeah.
So this particular blend will never be done again. We'll do another Spectre project next year, but this particular blend will be done once this is over with. So very, very limited.
How soon are we going to start seeing this?
These will
on
be
shelves?
shipping August 15th, so you should see them on shelves at that time. And MSRP per cigar is $90, so you're looking at a $900 box of cigars.
Wow, $900 right there.
Yeah.
That's, but you know what? I can imagine that sherry.
Yeah, no, it's
a
very interesting experience.
Yeah.
I mean, we start off with the first. It's a 7 1/4 as far as length, so it's a longer cigar. So you know, you really get some nuance in it. When we first light it up, it's gonna be more of a sort of aromatic feel to it, really light on the palate, creamy notes to it, but not a lot of heft. But once you get close to that middle third, it really, really powers up a good bit. You get a lot more strength, and it's married with that sweetness. Nice, complex blend, but it's just elegant and decadent all the way through. So really, really elegant smoke.
Sounds fantastic.
Yeah. Not over the top as far as strength. I mean, for you and me who are avid smokers, it's medium plus.
Sure.
But an amazing experience.
For the occasional special occasion smoker, this is going to be ideal. And it's probably going to be all day long.
Yeah. And we expect that it's going to be a lot of, it's kind of a unicorn thing. Guys will have it, and some will smoke them, some won't. But it was really, really, really fun to do this, especially with the brand as big as Cohiba, the company as big as General, to really just kind of geek out on something and not have any guardrails. Right?
They really gave you the keys to the entire place and just say go wild with this, because that's just an insane assortment of tobacco.
And as much as I fancy myself a cigar maker, I cannot take credit for this. I mean, yeah, it started with me tripping over a bale of tobacco in Lice, but the guys, Yuri Guillen, Jonas Diaz, Abel Cruz, they're tobacco guys as well. So to kind of have something that, you know what, we don't have to sell a lot of it. This is stuff we have. Let's have fun. And they really got into it. There are a lot of interesting things in the process, and they enjoyed making it, which is great to be able, again, to be in a vehicle like Cohiba and really do a project that is just something that you can just geek out with.
Just blending that alone had to have been awesome.
Yeah, man.
Just smoking through the different tobaccos, like this goes with this. Is this right?
Yes. It was a fun process, and I got.
I'm jealous.
3 weeks ago, I took a final trip to the factory just because it was a long process. So there was sort of a few sort of tweaks along the way. So before the cigars were kind of ready to be banded and shipped, I took one last trip down and we smoked through like the absolute final project of this long.
It's fantastic. I'm so jealous. The blending stuff, when I've been on trips, it's always been the most fun. And when you have access to those unusual tobaccos, those rare tobaccos,
I love doing this.
Man,
I love doing events. I love being in shops. But when I'm at the factory, man, it's like people don't get it. Like you get it, but
yeah,
I just be there all day. You just smoke all kinds of oddball stuff that may never see the light of day.
Sure.
That's one of the most pleasant things I do in this business.
Start putting more tobacco in tercios now, so you can trip on it again in 20 years or something.
Right? I don't know, man. See this gray? I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll be doing this 20
you're
years
immortal.
Now,
you look at the same age as when I first met you.
Well,
11, 12 years ago.
You used to, but
yeah, I know. All this happened. Yeah.
You look good, though, man.
Thanks a lot, man.
Always appreciate it.
Yeah, this is great.
Oh man, thanks a lot.